I'm gonna discuss the series finale of Better Call Saul. If you're not caught up, please do not watch the video. Don't spoil it for yourself. So anyway, the final episode was very critically acclaimed. It satisfied many fans, and I want to give my thoughts about it, explain why it works so well. So in the finale, it concludes with Jimmy in prison after he confesses to all of his crimes as Saul Goodman. It works because self-incrimination was the only way he was going to go to jail. Him being able to manipulate the law to get 7 years was to show that he can always con his way out of facing his demons. That's how he was kind of wired. But him confessing to the crime was to show that he was finally willing to change. It's the most significant part in the show. This is how Clyde Phillips should have ended Dexter Newblood. Dexter should have been in court facing his crimes in front of his friends and family, a moral comeuppance. But Dexter Newblood was a complete disaster. Just like Game of Thrones and 2.5 Men, and The Sopranos and Ozark, Better Call Saul didn't need some dark, twisted, subversive ending. The finale is well earned. Like poetry, it rhymes. I want to examine the flashback sequences. The last line from Chuck tied everything together beautifully.
If you don't like where you're heading, there's no shame in going back and changing your path.
Obviously, in the moment, he's trying to manipulate Jimmy into giving up his career as a lawyer. But you look at how his and the other two conversations about the time machine blend together, and it all comes together as to why he confessed. Mike's is all about heavy regrets that you carry on. They linger with you like a weight, and as much as you try to wake up one day and forget, there are simply some that you'll never forget about. Things that you'll always carry, like Howard's and Chuck's death.
Well, here's what's going to happen. One day you're going to wake up, eat your breakfast, brush your teeth, go about your business. And sooner or later, you're going to realize you haven't thought about it. None of it. And that's the moment you realize you can forget.
Walt brings up that yes, obviously, you can't go back into a time machine to change your choices. Saul's knee spill and the "so you've always been this way" from Walter is pretty funny, but also reaffirms that even up until the very end as Saul, he still couldn't come to terms with his brother and what he had said.
So you were always like this?
But when Jimmy confesses at the end, he takes a little bit of what he heard from Mike and Walter and Chuck and chooses to change the past by completely altering the story he told the prosecution. He comes out fully about his part in Howard and Chuck, admits that the rest of his crimes, and I think he ultimately accepts that if he's out in the real world, he'll never change, as Chuck had said. When he became Gene Victor, he went back to doing scams. So the courtroom scene was his last chance he had to change his path, and he took it.